Hello everyone, my name is Anna and today I'll be showing you how I press flowers and put them in my herbarium journal. Pressing is a great technique to preserve smaller flowers and it's a really lovely way to appreciate the details around you. When I go collecting, I try to bring a pair of shears since stems can be rather tough to break by hand, and this way you'll have cleaner cuts. Just for some tips, I'd like to note that some plants will not be ideal for pressing. I'd really recommend staying away from any plant that gives off a lot of residue. That could be like pollen, seeds, or sticky substances. These type of plants can get really messy and make pressing them very difficult. I'd also stay away from flowers that are too thick. I prefer to dry thicker flowers upside down since it preserves their natural beauty better. And of course, I'd stay away from poisonous plants. If you are unfamiliar with your local poisonous plants, you should probably look these up before you go out. It could save you a lot of hardship. If you're like me and you don't have a wildflower field guide, you can use a photo identification app. The one I use is called Seek and it's pretty decent, but there are a ton out there on the market. That being said, photo identification apps aren't always accurate, so take their insight with a grain of salt and do your own research after getting their suggestion. Be mindful of what plants you're taking. If there's plenty of plants, go ahead and take one or two, but if there's a single one, maybe that's not the best choice. We want to make sure these flowers are there year after year. Once you've collected your flowers, you can return home and begin pressing. You don't need much to do so, but here's what I use. Wax paper, scissors, washi tape, books. I tend to use old books when I can because it makes it feel more romantic and special, but you do you. And finally, a journal. I'd recommend hardcover because I really wish mine was. It will protect the plants better. The first step you want to do is cut your wax paper so it fits the size of your book. I tend to cut the wax paper the height of the book and then fold that in half, place it inside the book, and trim off the necessary edges. If you're in a rush, it can definitely hang over the edge, no problem. It could even be easier to find it that way, so don't worry. The next thing you want to do is take one of your wildflowers and place it on one side of the wax paper. You want to have enough wax paper on the other side so that you can fold this in half and cover the flower. Then you can go ahead and press down the flower in the position that you want it. Flip over the other side of the wax paper onto the flower and press again. This will really help set the shape in place when you close the book. You can repeat these steps for the rest of your wildflowers. Place some other books on top of the books you used to flower press and leave them for at least a few days. This way your flowers will be completely dry and ready to put in your herbarium journal. Here are some examples of plants and flowers that I have pressed in the past. I like to add a date if I remember it, or a little note that explains where they're from. Some of these are from bouquets, some of them are from the fall time or spring and summer. Just have fun with it and be mindful. As for adhering your plants into your herbarium journal, I love to use washi tape as it is so delicate and can also be very decorative and beautiful. To identify your plants, you can look back at your identification app, photos or notes you've taken, or you can also use a dichotomous key. You can search these up for your area, and basically it is like a yes or no quiz to help you narrow down identification of organisms. I always write down the scientific name and the common name because I find that it's a lot easier to go back and look at those afterward and do more research. For those that need a little extra support, go ahead and put some glue tape or a little bit of glue on the back of the flowers or leaves. That way they will not break as much in the journal. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope that I was able to teach you some great flower pressing techniques, and I hope to see you soon. Feel free to subscribe. Bye-bye.